Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another WWE pay-per-view review. And this time, we're going to be reviewing the NXT Vengeance Day pay-per-view. Overall, I thought this pay-per-view was a good pay-per-view. There was a bunch of great matches on this card. And the first match on the card was the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament match, the final match for that one, with Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. This match was honestly probably the best match of the night, in my opinion. There was a bunch of good spots, great storytelling in this match, and all four women looked like they deserved to be there, which they did. And Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez winning this tournament was probably the best decision for this tournament. Raquel and Dakota, they have a lot of chemistry together, and Raquel Gonzalez looks like a total monster. Like her finisher, the one-arm powerbomb, the thing looks ridiculous. And then the next match was the NXT North American Championship match with Johnny Gargano and Kushida. This match was pretty good. I found it funny having Dexter Lumis appear in the background and take Austin Theory out before The Way walks out to the ring. I really don't like the name of that group, but it is what it is. But having Dexter Lumis come sneak up on him and take Austin Theory was pretty funny. I thought it was funny, at least. And then having Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae leave Johnny's side just to go look for him, I figured, Gargano was going to lose because he wasn't going to have that help or that interference to help him retain the title. The match was a great match. A lot of storytelling in this one as well. Kushida is actually becoming one of my favorites. This match had a lot of near falls, which with Johnny Gargano matches, there's gonna be quite a few near falls. I thought he was gonna tap out quite a few times. It kind of looked like he did, but Johnny Gargano is pretty good at selling this kind of stuff. Both of the men actually looked pretty good in this match, and this match actually made Kushida look like a worthy contender for the NXT North American Championship. Johnny Gargano hits his one final beat on the outside of the ring onto the ramp, which looked like it did hurt, and then he hit it on the inside of the ring, pinning him for the 3 count. And then after that was the Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Tournament final match between MSK and the Grizzled Young Veterans. MSK is one of the most exciting tag teams in the world right now. I really liked watching MSK. And coming into this match, I really didn't see the hype with Grizzled Young Veterans, but after this match, I started to like them a little bit. They're really a really worthy tag team. There was a spot in this match where the Grizzled Young Vets did a very weird variation of the Road Warriors Doomsday Device. Zach Gibson put Wesley on his shoulders on the outside of the ring, and then James Drake did a suicide dive and clotheslined Wesley off his shoulders, and it looked like it was gonna be a bad bump, but Lee ended up landing on his side, so didn't land on his neck or his back or anything, so that's good. And then there were some good spots in here. Like, I like the aided moonsault that MSK does, And then the finisher that MSK did, what the corkscrew blockbuster, that was a pretty good move. And then that's how they won the Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament. And then the next match is the NXT Women's Championship match with Io Shirai against Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. Now, this match was a pretty good match. I've always liked the multi-person matches because, having multiple people show what they're made of. And then you have, you can have anyone win the match, and the champion doesn't have to be pinned or submitted, which adds to the storytelling, I guess you would say. But I really wanted Toni Storm to win the match. I really like Toni Storm, but having Io Shirai retain her title was a good decision too. I'm not gonna hate on it. I liked it. And then the finish of the match, I didn't understand it because Io Shirai does her over the moonsault basically onto Mercedes and Toni Storm, hitting both of them, but it didn't even look like she hit Mercedes, and then ends up pinning Mercedes for the 3 count. I can't hate on the match. It was a pretty decent match. And then after that, we have the main event, which was the NXT Championship match between Finn Balor and Pete Dunne. It started out as a technical, mat wrestling match is what they said on commentary, which I agree. It was a technical, mat wrestling match. And then, Pete Dunne is really good at doing all the joint manipulation, making it look like his, breaking the fingers and everything, and that gets me every time. It makes me, cringe in pain because it looks so realistic. The match was a pretty great match overall. You had both of them, doing limb work, with Finn Balor working on the leg of Pete Dunne, and then Pete Dunne working on the fingers and the arm of Finn Balor, and then they brought up his torn rotator cuff that he endured a couple of years back at SummerSlam. And then, it was a great match overall. There was quite a few near falls, which really isn't surprising because that adds to the storyline. I really thought they were going to let Pete Dunne win in this match, which I'm surprised they didn't, but I'm glad they kept the belt on Balor to keep his title reign going. Having Finn go back to NXT was probably the best decision that they made for his career, because when he went up to the main roster after he got injured, he was just kind of floundering and sitting in a mid-card for the longest time. Not saying he wasn't thriving, but having him as a champion, the top champion in NXT, is probably the best thing going on right now. Finn wins by hitting the coup de grace, and then hits the 1916 on Pete Dunne to end the match, pins him 1, 2, 3. After that, Pete Dunne's stablemates, friends, whatever you want to call them, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, the tag team champions for NXT, come out and start beating up on Finn Balor. After they beat up on Finn Balor for about a minute, the Undisputed Era comes out there with Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. They come out there to try and help Finn Balor. Burch, Lorcan, and Dunne, they all run out of the ring so they don't get beat up or anything. And they end the night with a pose down with Balor and Undisputed Era. And then Adam Cole super kicks Balor and knocks him down. And then you have Kyle O'Reilly arguing with Adam Cole, and Roderick Strong just trying to be the mediator in the situation, trying to calm both guys down. And then you have Adam Cole hitting Kyle O'Reilly with the super kick, which is very, very surprising to me. It really caught me off guard. I really didn't see that one coming. And it makes me want to actually watch NXT this coming Wednesday. Is the undisputed era done? Are they gonna disband? Or are they gonna kick Kyle O'Reilly out? Is Kyle O'Reilly gonna be a top star by himself now? I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do with this storyline. The pay-per-view altogether was a great pay-per-view. I have nothing bad to say about it. And most of the people that I wanted to win did win that night. The only thing I really have a complaint about is Eli Drake's NXT name. They showed a recap earlier in the show of the pre-show and had him on there cutting a promo. And then the announcers said that his name was LA Knight. I don't know who came up with that name. I don't know if Eli Drake did or if management did, but I really don't understand it. I mean, it is what it is. I don't get used to it, but it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's the end of the review for Vengeance Day. If you did like me reviewing this, I plan on doing a review for the Elimination Chamber coming up next Sunday. So if you want to watch that, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, and leave a comment on the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.